In Parshas Ekev, we find a pasuk that is very familiar to many of us. It's a pasuk that we say in our benching, in our Birkas Hamazon, after we eat a meal that contained bread. We say, V'yachalta v'savata uveirachta es Hashem Elokecha. Ala aretz atova asher nasa lach. V'yachalta v'savata means you should eat and you should become satiated. Uveirachta, and then you should bless Hashem Elokecha. You should bless Hashem your God. Ala aretz atova asher nasan lach. Bless Hashem on the aretz, on the land, the beautiful, the good land that He has given us. What is this about? Of course, when the Jewish people are sitting Baruch Hashem like today, sitting in Eretz Yisrael, and Hashem blesses us with rain so that all the vegetation grows, so that we are able to then have wheat and make bread and really have food and produce. So we thank Hashem for having given to us the ability to have food that we can eat and become satiated. And so, the essence of a bracha is to bless Hashem. Here we're blessing Hashem for the food that we have. For us, it's a little bit of a challenge to really understand the connection between the vegetation, the connection between that which grows in the ground and our blessing and our bracha. Because we simply can go to ShopRite and we can go to our local stores and we find the food that we need. The preparation is far less than it was in previous generations. There was a greater appreciation for it. Yet there is another focus that we can take out of this message of the Achalta V'Savata. The story is told of the Maggid Mimezrich, that the Maggid once had a very wealthy Jew visit him, and he was sitting with this individual and they were making small talk. And the Maggid asked this man, he says, well, what do you eat every day? And the man said to him, actually, Rebbe, I have to tell you, I eat bread, a little bit of bread, and a little bit of water every day. The Rebbe was astonished. He said, what? You're a very wealthy man. Why are you eating bread and water like a poor person? The man said, because I want to feel like an ani. I want to feel like a poor person. So the Maggid says to him, no, absolutely not. You have to eat meat and wine every day. So the man walks away, and he decides he's, of course, going to change his diet. He's going to listen to what the Maggid says, and he's going to eat meat and wine every day. The Talmidim, the students of the Maggid Mimezrich, after this man left, were astonished. They didn't understand. Here they're learning, their entire emphasis is to learn about being less materialistic and be more spiritual. Here comes a man who has money, who has wealth, and says to the Maggid, I'm trying to be more spiritual. I don't need so much food, so I'm trying to eat like a poor person. And the Maggid is insisting that he eats meat and wine. So the Talmid and the students say to the Rebbe, what did you mean? Why did you tell that man to eat meat and wine? So listen to what the Rebbe responded and said as follows. If the rich man, if he is going to eat like an ani, like a poor person, a little bit of bread and a little bit of water, then he won't feel for the ani. He won't feel bad for the ani because he's eating the same amount as the poor person. And since he won't feel bad for the poor person, he won't give them as much. He won't give them to their needs. But if he's eating meat and wine, he'll realize, wow, how lucky I am that I'm eating meat and wine. There are people in the world who are eating just bread and water. I need to be able to help them. That was the lesson that the Maggid said he wanted to share with this man, and it's really a lesson for us also. V'yachalta v'savato v'rachta means that we have to recognize by the grace of Hashem all that He has given us. We have to recognize our lot and the fact that Hashem has blessed us in so many different ways. And when it is that we eat and we have the ability, we have food to eat, we think of other people in the world who don't have the ability to eat the same food as us. And that appreciation that we have for Hashem should also help us give tzedakah, give to the poor people, so that we can help those who are less fortunate with us and make them more satiated and make them happier. We should indeed be zocheh that we always sit on the side of those who are givers and not the unfortunate ones who have to receive. Thank you for listening and have a good Shabbos.